Welcome to another render update. Today I'm on the weekly chart and I want to show you something that I think is interesting. So I don't believe the third wave has stopped yet, and I believe we are still in the third wave of the third wave. And I do believe that the third wave will extend to the 2.618 trend-based Fibonacci extension. And let me explain why. So in the first cycle, I took the high and the low of the first wave, and that gave me this target zone right here. And as you can see, in the first cycle, the third wave went above the 4.618 extension right here. And I mean, it actually went above it 100% more than it was supposed to. So the price did not really care about this resistance level right here. And it got way above the 4.618. So where are we in this cycle? I mean, currently we are in a third wave, and let me get rid of this from the chart and let me put this on the chart. So what I did here is basically what I did over here. I took the low of the first wave and the high of the first wave, and it gave me these numbers. And as you can see, render actually got rejected. Well, it did go above the 4.618 just like it did in the previous cycle, and it got rejected by it. And yeah, now we're pretty much going in a fourth wave of the main fifth wave. Now, why do I believe this right here is the fourth wave? Well, this move right here could have not been a main third wave, in my opinion, because you cannot count this as a third wave and then this as a fourth and a fifth, because I mean, this is clearly not a fourth wave. So I don't see 5 waves up here, which means, yeah, I mean, this third wave does not have 5 waves up. And it needs to have 5 waves up. So again, I cannot really count this as the main third wave, but rather as the third subwave count. And that's why this right here is the fourth wave, but not the main fourth wave. It's the sub fourth wave. And I believe the fourth wave is still to come after we top in the fifth wave of the third wave. But maybe we actually topped right here in this main third wave. I mean, this could also be a possibility, because if you look at what happened in the previous cycle, we got above the 4.618 and then we pretty much went down and we went below the 1.618 in the fourth wave. And what did we do in this cycle? Well, yes, we did go above the 4.618, but we did not get even close to going below the 1.618. And this could mean 2 things. One, maybe we actually have not topped right here in this third wave, or maybe this cycle is just stronger than the previous cycle. And both of these things are actually bullish, so no matter which one you pick, the price, in my opinion, is still set to go a lot higher. Obviously, this is not financial advice, you should do your own research, but yeah, I mean, this looks good so far. I cannot confirm that we bottomed right here in the fourth wave, because we have not gotten a big pump to the upside after we hit this low right here. But we do have an ABC down, which is good, and it definitely confirms that. I mean, it does not confirm it, but it suggests that we might get a fifth wave right now. And that should put the price at least, let's say, this level right here. I would like the price to actually go to the $20 level before going in the main fourth wave. Also, let's take a look at how long the fourth wave took before we actually went in the fifth wave in the previous cycle. So from the low right here, it actually took 120 days for the price to actually do something. Now, don't get me wrong, we still went up almost to the previous high of the third wave. But I mean, we did not really go there. It's still $1 off. And yeah, I mean, this is most likely because of what Bitcoin was doing at that time. But still, I mean, it took what, 126 days. And let's say this actually repeats itself. But before that, let's actually see how much the price went up in that period. So it did go up 350% in the first 63 days, but then it got a correction. So maybe this will happen again. Let's see how that would look like. Let's say this right here is the low. And let's say we go to around this level. If we do that in the next 63 days, like we did in the previous cycle, that should put the price at least, in my opinion, $12 by September of 2024. Now, of course, things do not have to repeat, but I mean, what happened in the previous cycle looks very similar to what's happening right now. So I don't see why that would not repeat itself. And also look at this. Before we actually went to the upside right here, we were below the bull market support band and then we got back above it. And currently we are below the bull market support band, and to get back above it, we would need to do at least this move right here and then this. So is it possible for this to happen again? In my opinion, I think it is. But of course, like I said, this is not financial advice. And you know what? Let's say the third wave topped here. In the previous cycle, after we topped in the third wave, we went down about 87%. In this cycle, we went down about, let's say, 58%. And after we dropped to this level right here in the fourth wave, we proceeded to go up around, let's say, 2,500% in the fifth wave. So you see, I mean, there are still a lot of gains to be made, in my opinion. The fifth wave could indeed look something like this. Maybe something like this, maybe something like that. So the fifth wave could still go crazy. Don't get me wrong. If the third wave is done, that does not mean the whole cycle is done and it's over. No, that only means the most bullish part of the cycle is over. But I mean, I cannot confirm that it is actually over. But let's be honest, Bitcoin will most likely top in September to October of 2025. Do you honestly expect this chart to go down after it finishes its fifth wave? Because I don't. I mean, imagine Bitcoin goes to like 200 to 300k and this coin just goes in a bear market. Altcoins do not go in a bear market when Bitcoin goes to all-time highs. That's not how it works. So that's why I think this third wave is still happening. Someone asked me if they should sell this at the top or maybe convert this to some other altcoins so they can make more money. In my opinion, I mean, I cannot tell you what to buy and what to sell, but in my opinion, all of the altcoins will top at pretty much the same time. So yeah, the price is up a lot and you're probably looking at maybe another 5x, something like that, for this cycle, and at least for this coin, and at least from where we are at now. But maybe you'll get like a 5 to 10x. I mean, a 10x is still possible, don't get me wrong. So there could still be a long time left of this cycle, even though we are already in the third wave. I mean, this could overextend like crazy. Also, here are my price predictions for this cycle again. So a bullish prediction is the 4.618 level at $39, but in my opinion, I mean, we went over the 4.618 in the third wave in the previous cycle. Obviously, this is the Fibonacci retracement, not the trend-based Fibonacci extension. But this chart pretty much showed us that it does not care about these extensions. So if this coin decides that it wants to keep going to the upside until October of 2025, I could see the price going way above the 4.618 and maybe even to the $50 level. I would not be surprised to see this coin right there because yes, most coins are currently in the second wave and this one is actually in the third wave. But that does not 100% mean that this coin will top earlier. I mean, it could mean that, of course, don't get me wrong, but it could also mean that this coin will keep going to the upside until the bull market actually ends. Anyways, I wanted to look at the weekly RSI for a second. So the price is currently attempting to go back above the trend line that I have right here. And yeah, I mean, if it does go back above it, then I expect the price to actually go up a lot. And we should, in my opinion, go above the bull market support band in maybe, let's say, 1 month. I mean, yeah, I'd not expect a crazy pump if we want to repeat what happened here, but maybe we will not repeat what happened here. Maybe we'll just go above the third wave high and the fifth wave, and then we'll drop in a fourth wave, and a fifth wave will finish the cycle or not, I don't know. Let's go back to the RSI again. So I want to compare what's happening right now to what was happening in the previous cycle in the fourth wave. Even though I don't think this is the fourth wave, let's just compare them. So in the previous cycle, when we dropped about 80%, we did go below the yellow line right here and we stayed below it for about, let's say, 2 months, something like that. And that was after we got this crazy pump to the upside. And if we look at what's happening right now, we have been below it since March and now we're in July. So that's about 3 months. And in my opinion, I think it's time to go back above it. Anyways, that's pretty much all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and make sure to check out my Patreon for bonus content. And you can also suggest me altcoins as a gold member, so if you want me to cover a specific altcoin, just check that out. I will see you in the next one.